Hello, everybody on Facebook. We're not live just yet, but in a second we will be. Hi, everybody. This is Spirit Medium Laura coming to you live from Southeast Florida. So happy to be with all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have a very full radio queue. If you're coming in on Facebook, then you can, well, it's going to be hard for me to get to you because we already have callers that called in 15 minutes before the hour, and that's how it's done today. But some of you might not be new people. Some of you might be regulars. So you already know that. Hopefully you do. And if anybody has an urgent matter and is going to try to, hi, Sandra. Hi, Celie. If anybody's going to try to get heard or seen tonight, you should consider a donation because I already have enough people to work with, and that's the only way you can jump to the top of the queue. If it's an urgent matter, please don't overuse that. Okay? Don't overuse it in lieu of a private reading or something like that. So if you do have an urgent matter that just can't wait, you can donate 8 and jump the gate. And that is done on the website for the show, which is spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. There you can find a myriad of resources, one of which is an invitation to join an event I am now going to be hosting via the internet. It's a virtual event. It's a webinar. And the title of the event is Signs and Symbols from the Other Side. Ooh, how to get them if you already have got them, what made them. I'll be channeling, I'll be doing some mediumship, I'll be giving you examples of signs and symbols and how spirit works with us. It'll be a 2-hour seminar and it's coming up in September. So there's a link on Spirit Medium TV to register for that. There's also the donation button. There's also a way to book a private session with me there. And if you use the code radio show when you're booking your private session, you will obtain 1/3 time free. So you pay for 30 minutes, you get 10 extra free, as an example. If you book 15, you get 5 free. It's a third of what you're booking that you get free. What else do you have there? So that's about the long and the short of it. Today, I'm going to be focusing a little bit on the other side as far as how we get signs and symbols. A little while ago, hi Cindy, a little while ago, I had this inspiration to go onto Facebook. Yeah, thank you, Cindy. To go onto Facebook and put in a question, just in one of those little index cards that you can do, like a blank one. You put, have you ever had a sign from the other side? And I got such a response. Must have gotten 40 or even more responses. So I actually saved some of them on my website so I wouldn't forget this because it's just beautiful. It's beautiful to see how spirit is alerting us on earth to the fact they're alive, they're well, they're doing very well, very well. So tonight I'm just going to highlight one of them, which is a very special one. And you can, by the way, you can find this article on my website. You could find it on the internet, but that may be a little hard to find since I did this in July. But let me see if I can get the name of this particular article. Oh, goodness gracious. Now I lost what I was going to talk about. What is the name of it? Oh, Signs Other Side. If you go to my website and search for Signs Other Side, you should get this article as well as perhaps you'd get the invitation for the event. So here's one person. I had a dream of my best friend who had passed. And she was giving me in the dream a blue birthday cake and singing the song from Sleeping Beauty. Once Upon a Dream was the song. A week later, I found out I was pregnant with my son and due the date of my birthday. Best birthday present ever. And so, you know, when you get specific things like this, or all the dots line up so specifically, you can't help but know that life continues. And I'm going to share a little secret with you, kind of a confession about myself. When I first started doing mediumship, even though conceptually I agreed life continues, there's another level of knowing. It's like the gut level of knowing, like there's no doubt in my mind kind of knowing. It's a visceral thing, almost a physical thing. It's a very primitive thing. So rather than just an intellectual thing of, yeah, life continues, I really didn't have that, you know, that real belief. But lately, this sessions connecting to the other side are so specific and so meaningful that now I have no doubt life continues. And it sounds, by the way, to be a very good place, depending on your evolution and your mindset. Because not everybody is always so happy. Everybody's going to go to their level of their consciousness when they enter the spirit realm where they are at. So if you're a person that's unhappy on earth, you will carry that with you. If you're a person who makes the best of things and is seeking to evolve to joy, move from fear to love, you'll enter the place where that is the consciousness. So that is another great reason to be particularly vigilant about your mental housekeeping, if you will. So I'm not going to go on and on about that because we do have a lot of callers and I do want to get to as many. And first of all, I just want to go over to Facebook for a second. And here we have Gail saying hello. We have a couple of people saying hello. Let me go down the page a little bit, see if I can. Ray Knight, hi Ray. Zozo, hi Zozo. Spirit never comes to me. Oh. Let's see, somebody, Kiki is saying, hey Kiki. And just a few people right now. As I do the show and I go back to the video later on, hi everybody, hi. Now I finally figured out today, I don't know what I did differently, but I finally figured out I can actually, I knew I could, but I couldn't figure out the last 10 shows or so how to scroll through the people on Facebook. So tonight I will try to interrupt some of the callers and go to Facebook, see if there is something I can do. Usually mediumship is not best done that way, but maybe if there's a live question or something that somebody has. I can't do the whole show on Facebook because there is a radio show going on right now, and there is a phone number that you can call to get in the queue. And there are many people that have already used that phone number to get there. And let's see if I can get the phone number. Oh, I know where I can get it easily. The phone number to call is 347-945-5849. So if you want to take a stab at that, you can do so. If you want to make a donation, I only suggest at the beginning of the show to do that because I get involved with the callers and then I don't manage that process anymore. I kind of get very involved with the other side, spirit, and all the callers. Okay, so let's do a connection now. I'd like everyone to please, who's listening, to uncross their arms and legs and start to breathe from their abdomen, allowing themselves to get very relaxed, breathing in deeply and exhaling, allowing the feeling of life to flow through you, feeling good about yourself, opening up your heart to spirit, to change, to possibilities, continuing to breathe from your abdomen. And for some reason or other, I see the Ascended Master Ganesh with us as a symbol of abundance. That picture of somebody's in a Buddhist pose and all the arms are around that particular image is an interesting thing. And I'm being told to give each of you the same meditation for healing and or to happiness, healing to happiness. And there's going to be a color that Ganesh is going to tell me that you all should take into your body. Let's see. Okay, so the color for abundance and healing and light today will be golden yellow. So imagine, everyone, you have golden yellow coming in the top of the head, the crown area, filling up your whole being with golden yellow light. It clears all kinds of things, karma. She's saying karmic debt. It clears opening to spirit. It opens your heart. It opens your soul. It opens all parts of you to your good, to your bounty, and your abundance. And if you're ever feeling stuck, negative, or caught in a bad paradigm, kind of like a repeating cycle perhaps, use this clearing vibration meditation to open up your heart chakra to clear it from yourself. Okay, so while all of you focus in on what you need for spirit today, if it's an other side connection, please call in mentally that soul or souls. If it's something else, a question about life, health, whatever, focus on that now. And while you do that, I'm going to go off and do the prayer silently, and I will be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release your energy in the space you're in so I can connect us. One moment, please. Okay, wonderful. And so I'm going to go to the first call, who is Kim. Hey, Kim. Hi. Hi, sweetie. So go ahead and ask your question. Thank you. Go ahead and ask your question. Don't give me a lot of background. Just, please. If you need background, I'll come back to you to ask. James. Okay. Yeah, it's a very good relationship. For now, there doesn't seem to be anything really that bad about the person. Maybe just you want to know what you think. But let me see why. I have to see why you're asking the question, because what I'm getting is good, good, good. There must be something. I don't want you to answer or to give it to me, Kim. He doesn't tell. Okay, it seems to be something he's not revealing to you, or at least you're suspecting that, like he's holding something back, or there's some kind of thing going on in the background that you're really not quite clear about. Would you understand that, please? Okay, and he's not telling you the truth at the time. At least you suspect so, but Spirit says it is true. He's not always telling you the truth or exactly the truth. And also, they're making a kind of joke about this, but sometimes he doesn't listen or hear you. And they made a joke like sometimes you might want to clear his ears out of the way something so he could hear you better. He is hearing you. He just is not paying attention because he really doesn't want to pay attention. But there's a sense of him being extremely involved with you emotionally, like really attracted to you, very attracted to you, Kim. And there is also something you're holding back from telling him. You're not always being completely upfront with him. So I'm not sure why this is so. I know you asked where is it going or will it last, but it seems to be on both ends. There's a little bit of discrepancy. Both of you are not saying exactly what's on your mind. I'm going to ask Spirit something silently. Feels like you're not giving, it feels like you're not putting all your eggs in one basket with him, like you're holding back, or you may have maybe still dating other people or another person, but you're not really fully giving him your heart. Perhaps it's because of your suspicions that he's not fully giving you his heart. Would that make sense to you, please? Okay. So now we have to move this forward. What will happen with this, please, Spirit, for Kim? You need to tell him the truth about what you feel about the situation so that you can come clean, and then he will be given the opportunity to come clean. After that is done, you will see a new beginning between the two of you, where you begin to start to trust each other a little more. Trust will be developed slowly over time. I feel both of you are a little skittish to be engaged with each other or interacting. When I say the word engaged, I don't mean marriage engagement. I just mean interacting with each other. But eventually, I feel this can work out. It's just both of you need to learn to trust each other more. And I feel there might have been, or it probably was, I'll move it a little closer, an indiscretion. Either one of you maybe had a secondary affair on the side or something like that, which makes both of you really a little uncertain about each other. But this can be overcome, but it will take time. Okay, does that make sense, honey? Yes. Well, I get he is completely over with her. He is telling you the truth about that. However, the problem is that the underlying character and structure is the thing you don't trust at the moment. But that will be cleaned up over time. Again, I know I hate to sound overly enthusiastic about these things, but that's the message, is that there were extenuating circumstances at the time which forced him to get involved with this person when he really didn't want to be. Uh, but for some reason, he did involve himself with her for longer than he should have, until finally he had the guts to leave the nest, so to speak, and get out of the home with him and move on his own. I kind of getting the message that it would have been financial reasons and financial difficulties at the time for him that caused him to be a weakened person and to involve himself with some like that, kind of like a financial arrangement, if you will. Would that make sense to you, please? He hasn't told you. All right. So I'm kind of getting that made, he was weak. He was going through a bad time in his life. He needs somebody to lean on. She was there for him. She helped him in a way. And that now he's really, now that's all behind him. I feel he's a lot more secure. And the word is financially. Uh, and I kind of feel that the reason that happens because of the divorce or something he left for her, which left him in a very weak state. I think finances were part of it, but there might have been other things. And now he's ready to get involved again. But the only way you can proceed, the only rational way to proceed, Kim, is to take it slow. Okay? Be very slow, develop trust slowly. But I think he's a good person. But each of you needs to trust the other now a little more. You need to learn to do it through continuity. And over time, the outcome is that I see trust can be developed because he is a very sincere, well, he can be a very sincere person. Right now, he's holding back a bit, but underneath it all, there are good values there. Okay, so not to worry, but it does need a lot of work, the situation. All right, my dear? You're welcome, honey. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to call it two, who's Janet, who unfortunately got knocked off the switchboard. But oops, I opened the wrong one. Jackie, I'm not ready to come to you yet, honey. I'm going to Janet first. Okay, Janet, go ahead and ask your question, please. Ah, Janet and Peter, yes or no? This 310 area code. Jackie. Yeah, he's a good guy for you. Will it be permanent? Yeah, over time, this one can be healed too. Uh, hmm. There's a lot of discrep. Again, it's like almost a similar message. Let me just wait 1 second. Do you feel that he holds back his emotions a lot? Because that's what I'm getting, like as if there's potential there, but I feel that he has not fallen in love with you. Do you notice that? Very new. Oh, okay. Okay, good. That's why I feel it. Okay, good. All right. And his name again is Paul, you said? Peter. Okay, thank you. Peter. Okay, Janet and Peter. Well, he will eventually. There is very good potential there. Uh, but I want you to know that he would be very slow to commit, in addition to what you've just said, because he's a person takes his time with things. He's not going to. He's not the kind of person that gets very emotional in general, which is something you like. very balanced in his approach. He's a very good person. He could be very good to you. I think you already see beginnings of that. He's calm exterior, calm interior, and a good guy overall. A lot of good things there. So I see a lot of potential there, but don't get discouraged if he doesn't like, go cuckoo crazy and jump on a soapbox and start screaming out his love for you in the middle of the town square, because he's an understated, refined kind of person who is very slow to commit, but conservative, conservative in giving heart. Are the two of you suited? Yes, very suited. I'm going to go to the will. Well, right now there's a lot of, other people that are around him. In other words, since you just met, it's going to take, right? There are other women around him. And they like him too. He likes them. Trying to see exactly what he thinks. Right now, there's not a lot going in terms of focusing on you. But there is something that you did or something that you represent to him that is very special. And so I do feel there's a connection between the two of you and that he will be exploring things with you further. So there's a good chance this can develop into something further between the two things. One is I feel he will connect again with you. And the second one is you're uniquely suited for each other, which will be discovered over time. So it's a good thing. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jackie. I got to find where that is now. Okay, there we go. And Janet, rather. Jackie, I can't get to you, honey. You were the 11th caller in the queue. I'm sorry. I had accidentally opened your line. Okay, I'm going to Donna. Donna, hi there. How you doing? Oh, sure. Go ahead. No, didn't you? I've worked with you before, and it was a similar question in the past, right? We've spoken, haven't we? We have spoken. You've called the show before, yes? No, no, not a problem. Well, it sounds no, that's fine, honey. I'm just doesn't mean you can't ask the same question. I think it was very similar. I'm not confusing things. Okay, so Donna, 805. Donna, 805. Will you get this? Will this person be there in your life? Yes or no? Well, you are taking steps, which is very good. You're not just sitting on your porch waiting. So that's good. Yes, he will be coming in your life sooner rather than later. You do need to take further steps or not give up so quickly. There are certain things that you're working on personally that you know will also help you attract this right person for you. I'm getting something about body image or something going on with your physical appearance and health that you might be trying to slim down a bit. Would you agree with that, please? And that's going really, that's helping you because not only does it help you feel more suited to the type of partner you want to attract, but it's also good for your health. So that's work, and it will work. Whatever you're doing is working. It's making you feel a lot more energetic, happy, right? Money wise, you've cut out a lot of the spending that you had in the past, which seemed to be like a runaway thing. You're now on course to meet your budgetary needs. It's hard. Let me just go forward with that. More money coming in, yes or no? Yeah, there'll be more money. The first level of the answer is more money because you're budgeting better. The second level is, no, I don't see a change of employment. Let me just see something here. Well, I do see something though. It looks to me like you have a source of income that's fairly secure, but I also see you doing something, right? I see you doing something on the side that is going to provide additional income for you. It's like a sales job. It looks to me like a sales job where you might be helping. I know it sounds kind of bizarre, but doing something like helping people with window drapes or something to do with the windows in their home, like decor. Do you have any kind of skill level in that area? Okay. Well, I see you doing. Does he have any kind of like a interior design firm or anything to do with construction? What is his? No, no. Okay, he has a. Well, not really. It might maybe the roofing company does have to do with construction. It feels what I see is you doing something where you're out face to face with people on the weekends, maybe Saturday, you work a couple hours. Are you coming in to maybe measure something in the home? So keep your eyes out for that. Keep your eyes out for that. It might be like an estimate. You're making an estimate on window fittings or something like that. Maybe it's an adjunct to his business or some other business you get involved with. But I see you adding to your secure income with another income, which you're going to like a lot because you like to be around people. It gets you out, it'd be fun. So all things considered, you're on the course. And the answer is yes, yes, and yes, some more. Not to worry. Okay, my dear? Thank you, Dana. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, I'm going to go to caller 5. If I can find caller 5, and there it is. Amy. Hi, Amy. Hi, honey. You said you're. I'm doing great, my dear. Yeah, so what is your question, please? All right. Okay, so you're wondering which one this is for your health. Out of the three, which one would be the best investment, right? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. Yeah, well, it's important to have a what do you call it, a scaled in approach because it's expensive. And sometimes it's more important, it's better to scale in the solution so you can see how you're responding to each of them. All right, so I'm going to go to see what Spirit says. I'm giving the water one, the number one, aromatherapy number two, and probiotics pre and pro number three. Which one is best for her? One, two, or three for her health at this time? Three is the best one for now. Over time, you will be integrating the other two in order of priority. It feels like it would be the water second, and then the aromatherapy will not be as needed nor as effective. So the first thing is the pre and pro probiotics. The second is the water, and the third is the aromatherapy. That's the way they're giving it to me for you. You're so funny. All right, honey, don't embarrass me. All right, now I want you. All right, all right. I don't know why you're telling me this, but I'll go with it. I'm gonna stay by. I'm gonna put you back in the queue, but I want you to stand by because Nathaniel is coming up next, and there's something that you might add to the reading. Okay? Can you do that? Good, thanks. I'm putting it back. Okay, let me go to him now, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, Nathaniel, I'm coming to you now, sweetie. Hi. Hi, Daniel Love. How you doing? Oh God, you're so sweet. So, can I say what I already know? Is that okay? Can I say what you told me? All right. Now, Nathaniel, who's been a caller to our show on and off for years, he's just revealed, learned something about his health that is rather critical. I don't want to say too much about it other than it would have a very serious effect on his health if he doesn't find the right care provider. And so maybe I'll say more when I get to Amy because she's a holistic health coach. That's the woman I just spoke with. So I'm going to ask her to add in at the end. So you had asked me if this particular person is the right one for you. Give me the name again of that person for healing. You, well, is that what you're asking? Maybe I'm asking the wrong thing. Are you asking me if Joel Wallach is the right person to work with? What is your question? Okay, and what, was there another one? Barbara, you said? What was that name? Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to ask about Barbara, but I'll just look at Joel. There's there's so many different approaches. Hold on. Oh, oh goodness. Excuse me, everybody. There's so much, thank you, honey. There's so many different approaches to cancer, you know. There's the raw food thing, and vegan. I know somebody, chrisbeatcancer.com. You can look at that, chrisbeatcancer.com. He's on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos. Uh, he ended up going to well, it did cure him. He had colon cancer. He's only 24. So I want you to look at that. Uh, so his methodology was in part the diet. That seems to be the primary. And then he ended up going to a doctor of naturopathic medicine who complemented what he was doing. There's somebody near me who runs regular seminars and talks about the gut health as being very important to beat cancer. He talks all about the biome and all that. Now, you can't get it well from just a supplement. I don't care who it is, that's for sure. You need you need a complementary approach or a more sustainable approach. But I'm going to go now. I'm not a doctor, of course, and that's just my opinion. But from everything I've read, that would be the case. But let me now go to this Joel Wallach, and yeah, Joel Wallach. Joel Wallach is. No. Let me just try to focus on his energy, okay? Give me a moment, Nathaniel. He's good. He's good. Yeah, he's very good. He's a very understanding person. He's very smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. He asks for you to make a lot of changes. You're gonna have to make a lot more changes than you realize right now. It's not just about a supplement, it's about a lifestyle change. It's all about it's also about what you're ingesting, how you're treating your body, and also your thought patterns and how you relate to love. Love is a spiritual concept, but he is extremely good at what he's doing. He has helped a lot of people. The supplements are part of the program, but not the entire thing. So if you're under that impression, you do need to widen your use of him, if you will. Don't ignore all the other things that go around it. They're just as important, it's easy for us as humans to think, oh, I can touch the vitamin, so it's tangible. So, or the supplement, it's tangible. So that's the thing. But he has a lot of other things that go around it, is what I'm being told, and they're all part of the program. So don't overlook any of that. Uh, could he get, I'm asking Spirit this, Nathaniel, can Nathaniel get well with Joel's program alone, please? Well, a lot of things need to go into it, is what they're saying. And if you follow his rule of thumb, if you follow his lead, there's a very good chance that you can overcome this on your own with him. I'm going to look at Shoshama, Shishona, right? Right. Well, is it Shishona, honey? All right, Shishona. Okay, that's a pretty name. Yeah, yeah, okay. Well, it's helpful. It's helpful. Remember, you're the healer. Did you know that? Daniel, you're the healer. Any healer can say that, right? She can set it up vibrationally, but you have to enter into the light. You have to enter into vibration for clearing and cleansing. So those are the answers, but I'm also going to go to Amy because she does a lot of advising people. Not being a doctor as well, we need to always qualify that. I'm going to open up her line. So what the statement is before I open up Amy's line is, uh, this is not replacement for, it's complement to your licensed medical professional of choice. Okay, so we're going to Amy. Amy. Nathaniel, hold on one second, Amy. Nathaniel, Nathaniel, can you hear her? Okay, good. All right, sorry, Amy, to interrupt. Wasn't sure if he could hear you. Good. I had said Chris beat cancer. He interviews all the luminaries in the field. Amy, there's one thing though, maybe you need to do for him, Amy. There's so much. Well, this is all being recorded. Nathaniel, this is all being recorded. You can listen to it later. Okay. But Amy, if you want to give him one thing, I mean, it's when you have cancer, it's really hard to do all these things. It's scary, it's overwhelming. So if you were going to give him the top 3 things to do, because you're very knowledgeable, let's try to bring it to that level for him. Do you think you could do that? Okay. Oh, I'll say it again, Moritz. Moritz. Now, yeah, I hope it helps to you, Nathaniel. But let me just say this. It's and Amy, this is for both people, both you and Nathaniel. It's really hard for Nathaniel is not going to be able to self what do you call it? You're good at this, Amy. You know, that's where your head's at. But I don't think he's going to be able to do what you're saying on his own. He needs somebody to manage this for him. So that's what I thought you were going to give him is like who he could go to. Well, I didn't think anything really. What you're saying is beautiful. But if you were going to tell him what person do you know out of all of the people you know that he could go to help him implement a program, who would you send him to? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Dr. AHLS or WALLS? Wait, Nathaniel, we're trying to get the spelling, honey. What, Amy, what is the spelling? WALLACH. Okay. Oh, that's the guy he's already going with. All right. So you like him then? Because, somebody like Nathaniel really needs to go to someone that has a program. I don't think he can implement what you're saying. It's really for not, I couldn't do it. And I studied this a lot. So I think I'm just trying to be the, sort of the Nathaniel whisperer for the moment, if you will. uh, Nathaniel, honey, Nathaniel, honey, does that make sense to you, honey? All this, you getting something? All right, all right, Amy. Thank you, sweet, so much. We'll be in touch. Okay. Thank you, love. Thank you, honey. Amy is extremely knowledgeable, and she does health coaching. And wait a minute, let me just ask her something. Oh, Nathaniel, I want to let you go. Amy, stay there for a second. Thank you, Nathaniel. I'm putting you. Thank you, honey. I'm going to go back to Amy for a second. I don't know if she would let me do this. Amy, may I give out your phone number for anyone who needs health coaching? Okay. All right. Amy is a health coach, and she can be reached at area code 619-300-7332. That's 300-7332. Amy, do you have a website? All right, we'll leave it alone like that. All right. And if anybody didn't get that, just let me, you can always email me, Laura, and I'll provide a contact to Amy. Thank you, Amy, so much. Okay. You're talking, you're talking to Nathaniel, right? You're talking to Nathaniel, yeah. All right, I'm gonna let you go, sweetie. Thank you so much. Yeah, what she's saying is that illness, we don't want to label ourselves sick, and it's good to understand it's a label, and even though it may not be, let's not label it. Let's just say we're going to put our body in balance. All right, Nathaniel, I'm going to go on now to the next caller, and that would be caller 7. Let me just check something here. That's good. All right. Going to Diana, who I think, Diana, you said you wanted me to bring in your father because you had a question about something going on in your life. Is that correct, love? Your husband. Okay, it was a male for you, and you had a question about something going on. I'm so sorry for your loss before I get started. Okay, would you understand that he had blue eyes and dark hair, please? A very good-looking man. He shows me the eyes as most distinctive to him. The hair is on the darker side. It seems to have a little bit of a wave to it. There's a karmic issue with his health, he says. He got sick earlier than most people would. He's some kind of an illness. Do you understand illness for passing, please, Diana? All right. All right, because he's saying there's a karmic issue with his health. He gets sick earlier than most people would. Maybe it was cardiovascular. I don't know. But anyway, I will honor the. I do see him as a slender build and very good with working with his hands. He has mechanical inclinations. He's good at mechanical things. Would you understand that, please? Okay, he loves you very, very much. He shows me his heart in his chest, uh, beautiful, bright, and loving towards you. Beautiful, bright, and loving. Now, I know you have a daughter because you said that earlier, and that both of you have a question for him, but you already said that. I'm just letting everybody know. I didn't get all that. He comes in pretty easily, actually. Um, yeah, let me just give you one or two more things and we'll go to your question. Okay. Uh, hmm. It looks like he might have liked to either bicycle ride, bike ride, or do motorcycles or something like that. Does it make any sense to you, please? Seem like he looks like he's on some kind of wheels. Was there anything with, yeah, that's fine. Do you know if he did anything with cars? His wheels under him. Cars? He was mechanically. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, he's mechanically inclined. Very good looking man. He says he laughs a little bit. He loves you very much. Gives you a big hug and kiss. Says, take care of everything for me and all the family members for me. He says, I know you're looking out for everyone. However, you do have to give priority to one member of the family over the others. And that would be the daughter or your daughter. I don't know if it's both your daughters. He just uses your daughter. Uh, your, yeah. Oh, both you and his. Okay. She's beautiful, good looking. She's the better looking one of the two. Uh, okay, I think he means other children you might have, and he means it as a joke, a little bit of a joke. Not that she's not pretty, but he's just teasing her. She's the better looking one of the two. He says, you give her all your attention, all your fondness, or your kindness from me too, because I love her and the other child very much. But I have a tendency to kind of favor her a little bit. You know how it is with the girls. Now, do you have a son? Is the other one? He seems to be talking that way, as if the other one is like, he favors the daughter. Would you know that, please? Would that make sense to you? Oh, okay. Well, he kind of favors her. All right. So now there's some, yeah, yeah. Okay. So you're confirming that. Thank you. There's something going on in the home or something around home right now. And a little bit of, I don't, the licensing issue or something to do with the home, a license. Chase, because I have people waiting. Is there something that you want to ask him? I think you did have a question about the house or something to do with the house, but go ahead and ask. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Does he think it's good? Yeah. All right. Well, he says one house is better than the other. It's a little bit bigger, and it seems to be a little bit more offset from the road or closer in towards the back where there's forest behind or more like undeveloped land around it. Looks better. But the other house, which is a little smaller and a little bit more in the community, or a little bit more, there's more things around it, because that's a good house too for the price that you're offering or giving them. I see. He says I like both of them. Um, he's saying, however, you could cut a deal by bundling the offer. Okay, trying to make a deal saying we're doing both at once. It might give you a slight edge or leverage in cutting the deal. The bigger property, the one that's back away from the road more, it seems to be, I see trees behind it. They're asking a little bit too much for that property because it's an ideal. Yeah, they're asking a little bit too much for it. They think it's ideal, but they're overdoing it a little bit. So in his opinion, and this is his opinion, he yeah. Because you have to understand, I'm doing mediumship. It's like if you were in the room with him, it would be his opinion. Right? Just because he went to spirit and he knows everything, but he feels you're giving them a little bit too much for the larger house. So you could probably lower it a little bit and you get away with it. You could make a little bit of a better deal. Now, the other issue that you have with the house is its location. Is it close enough to someplace else that you need to be? Or is it around the neighborhood that you really want to be in? Or something about the location is upsetting to you, or you're questioning it. I want to say, this is your husband in spirit, that the location is very good for everyone all around. You would like it in that area very much. There's not too far that you have to travel to get to where you need to go. And he says it will all work out well. All right, so that he just spewed out. I don't know if you have any question about location, but he's saying location is good. Is there anything else you want to layer on that, honey, for question? Then I'll move on to the next caller. Yeah. Yeah, and that's exactly what he was saying, your work. But he says it will be closer than you think, actually, when you start to make the commute. It's not as far as, or the distance is not as bad as you're perceiving at the moment. And as he says that, I actually see you finding a way to cut through town, these little back streets that will cut down your commute time. So it really is not as bad as you think it is. What was that? Yeah. All right, my sweet. You have a beautiful evening, honey. Thank you, love. Bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, I'm going to caller 8. If I could find 8. Okay, 8 must have gotten dropped. Then I'm going to caller 9, which would be Karen. Hey, Karen, how you doing? I'm good, sweetheart. So go ahead and ask your question. Oh, you wanted inspiration. I wrote that down. You wanted more inspiration, right? Because your life's a little bit on hold right. Um, Yeah. Well, the answers started to come in there. I was trying to give you the answer. Now I lost the thread. Let's see what we can do here, Karen. All right, Karen, inspiration. What can we say to her? Yeah, now you're the one that wants to get involved in a metaphysical business, but you're really held back by extenuating circumstances at the moment, I believe. And as I saw last time, I think your home is big, you have a big house, and it seems like you have little ones around, at least a daughter or somebody you have to support right now. Is that correct, please? Yeah. So it's really hard for you to get going on anything that you really want to do right now. It holds you back. You're looking for something that's a little more practical, but that also will be monetarily rewarding at the same time, so you can have flexibility in your schedule. Ah, the classic, right? Everybody would like that, right? Uh, well, the answer always is the same. It needs to be your own business, because that's where you have most control over your time. And then you need to have a high level of faith that you can be successful in the business. Business is not that hard, by the way, once you know how to do it, right? So let me see if I can come up with, right, a direction for you that's more practical than the healing business, spiritual business. Okay, the first thing that comes in is something to do with organizing rooms for children, like a closet or some kind of furniture that would have to do with that. Have you ever looked into anything like that? Have you ever looked into anything like that? Oh, okay. But yeah, well, yeah, all right. Well, the blogging is going, look, I've looked into internet marketing. I blog, I do all right. I used to be in software industry and I built a global business based on internet presence. But I can say this, it's overhyped. People are trying to make money by selling you training. And it really, I mean, you can make money, but I don't think there's so many unless you really want to focus like 17 hours a day at the computer. Yeah. Well, I kind of getting something to do with furniture for children's rooms that you could sell through your own connections, your friends that have children, and this and that, and that it would work with your current lifestyle, and that you could get involved with people's lives. It would be somewhat social. I'm not saying it's a home party plan, but that you could talk to people about their lives and their children and what works, what doesn't work in a room for organizing clothes and a gamut of other things. They're talking organizing for you. For organizing is good for you because right because you're good at that. You're very good at organizing, and you're very good at giving people advice, and you love to do that. And so it would open up a lot of doors for you, because there's also another added thing that you can work on later on, which is a little more related to your spiritual side, where you can move to coaching based on these more tangible things. So coaching comes out of organization. So you'll start to develop yeah, you'll start to develop a mailing list. A lot of things can come out of this, but I'm being told to tell you to do something tangible, and it has to do with clothing, uh, organizing children's rooms, and that kind of a thing. And that you could make a lot of money doing that. It would fit into your lifestyle. Now, as for being overwhelmed, you are trying to do too many things at once. You need to focus. That would be the inspiring thing to do. I also feel that you have a lot of elements around you that are telling you what to do, and that's one of the reasons why, not the children, but your partner, I believe, he has his needs, and he wants things done a certain way. So you're being pulled in that direction. So what do you do with all? Kids have needs, husband has, you have needs, blah blah blah. Everybody's got a need. I'm just going to see if I can get. Yeah, I'll try to give you a quick answer on this. Okay, they're saying everybody's giving you advice about something all the time. Your friends, your family, everyone. Don't listen to anyone even ask for advice anymore. Do what you feel is right. Spend time at least 15, spend time at least 10 to 15 minutes a day doing contemplation, meditation, contemplation could be the same thing, and also journaling what you feel and what you want. It will help you focus and it will help you get more done in the long run. Rather than being reactive, you will then become proactive. And you need to take away some of the time you're spending chatting with friends. They use the word gossiping with friends. I don't want to denigrate you. I don't know if you're gossiping. It's not a nasty thing. It's just chit chat. And then you're getting advice and all that. It's pulling you apart. So you have to take back your time and organize it a little differently. Remember, you're the master organizer. So there you go. All right. And with that, you'll feel a lot more calm and centered, and then you'll be moving forward in your life. But don't give away your time so easily to everyone that needs it. That's another message. Somebody called you up. Yeah, they need advice. They're talking to you. You're talking to them. Before you know it, your time was eaten up. You're trying to be the good gal, right? But yet you're not. Yeah. So focus on yourself. Yeah, focus 15 minutes on you, and everything will get much better. Okay, Karen? Thank you, love. Ciao, baby. Bye. I did want to get to someone here who I didn't have a chance to get to, and that would be Jackie, because I opened. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I have to get to you because, well, you were next anyway, but I do want to get to you, even though the show is technically over. I will attempt. I feel that there's a lot of healing that needs to happen right now in the home, your home, and in your life. And there's somebody on the other side you're looking to for advice. It could come in with a mothering sense about this person, to nurturing sense about this person, help you heal the problems and the foibles in the home. A lot of crisis in the home right now. Would that make sense to you, please? I'm getting a mother for you. Is that who you want? Mother image? Mother type? Could be a father, could be your father, somebody that's parental. Okay, good. Because the reason I say whoever it is nurturing, but I'm going more in the mother direction right now. Okay, I'm here. This mother figure she's cute. She's going, there's a lot of crying going on in the home right now, a lot of upset, a lot of, I don't know, she's going like that. But I do see her. Okay, so I just want to say I see her. She's wearing a hat right now, kind of a reddish, kind of pinkish hat. It's kind of on the straw hat side with a wide brim. She's got brown hair coming out from under it. She's a little older. She has a little bit of stockiness to the build, and she's wearing a lovely dress. She's got some pearls on, some earrings on right now. She's a very sweet lady, very loving lady, very kind lady, and she's a lady. I see sometimes she might have even liked to have gloves, like white gloves or whatever. I know that sounds a bit extreme, but that's what I'm seeing, so I have to honor it. And it doesn't sound extreme. Okay, good. Because she's a lady and she likes to dress up, for church or whatever it is that she's going to do. And she also brings me to her chest area. She has a heart problem. She has a heart problem. For who you're thinking of, do you understand that, please? Okay. Also here, she did have an operation in that area, in the heart area. Do you understand, please? Okay. Well, I think that they did because it put something in it, like a pacemaker or something like that at one time. I don't know if it was at the end of the life, but I do get that. So I just wanted, maybe it wasn't a huge thing, but there's some kind of procedure done that for the heart. Okay. Okay. She says, I think this is your mother. Okay. There's also this feeling of her having a son, or there's a grandson for you. Okay, but there's a male under her in the family line. I have a funny feeling it's somebody in your family that she's talking about with the wailing and the crying and the upset and the discord in the home. But I just want to get a few more facts from her, and then we'll go into that more personal message, which is what you need right now. That's why Spirit told me I have to work with you. All right, let me see something here. All right, so she's still giving me physical things like a little arthritis in the hands, so she's a good cook. a little bit hunched over towards the end of her life, not standing up that straight anymore. Um, anyway, very kind woman, very sweet woman, and you love her very much, and she loves you very much. There's also a name that she gives me, like Carolyn. Do you know anybody with a name like Carolyn, Karen? It could be Karen also, but I hear Carolyn. It's on Earth. This will be a person on Earth, Jackie. Jackie, you there? Okay. You do know a Carol? She says something about ask Carol something about her health, and she'll tell you more. Okay, I guess she means maybe the heart thing or something. Uh, ask Carol. Ask Carol about my health. She means her own health. Okay. So if we got a few hits here of correct information. So now I would like to move more to personal message for you, which has to do with discord in the home. May I do that now, Jackie? All right. Well, first thing she says, I love you very much. I love you so much. You give too much to others. You're not taking enough for yourself. Everybody tells you what to do. You don't tell anybody else what to do. You're being beaten down or hurt by a more dominant personality in the home is telling you what to do, and you don't seem to have a voice in anything that's done. It's a very sad situation for you right now, and there's money involved as well. That you're not getting enough money from the person in question. Somehow this person is draining you financially. Do you know what she's talking about? All right. He's not giving you enough of what you deserve. You deserve better. You're giving more than you're getting, and this person will continue to take advantage of you until you tell him where to go. And she also says, now I want to be polite about this. She says, but you know what I mean by tell him where to go. In other words, he doesn't, it's a harsh message, Jackie. I'm a little, I'm the messenger. So, please allow me to give the message. But she says, he does not belong with you in the house any longer. And you need to put him out on his own. Now, I don't know if that makes sense to you or if that's something that you can do or feel comfortable with. That is her feeling on the subject. Okay. You do understand. And then on his own, he'll figure things out for himself because he's a little grown up now, but not grown up enough. Soon he will understand life better when he has to provide for himself. Right now, he doesn't provide for himself. He's taken from you. He's driving you crazy. He needs to be put out on his own so he can figure it out. I know that that's hard for you, Jackie, she says, because you have a heart of gold, but your heart is being stomped on right now. You have to put in some boundaries. So that's mommy's loving message for you, Jackie. I hope this makes sense. Love and was helpful. Uh, uh, yeah. All right, my dear, I'm going to let you, honey. God bless, sweetie, and thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, going to say good night. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I look forward to working with you, not on Labor Day, but the week after. So I think next week is, I'm going to have a repeat show, and then the week after that, I'll be live again. Thank you all so much. Ciao.